President Rodrigo Duterte wants to reopen the probe into the MAMASAPANO massacre. Duterte says, quote, not really to prosecute people, but just to know what happened, who got the 5 million, whether the tip of the finger of Marwan was gotten by the Special Forces of the United States, or was it really brought to the forensic division there in Krame. The president's referring to the reward offered for terrorists Zulkifli Abdir or Marwan. Duterte says he only wants Filipinos to know the truth about the massacre, an incident that derailed the passage of the Bangsamoro Basic Law. He says, quote, these are the lies that are imposed upon the people, which is not good. Let us go for the truth.
PDD kay General Espina,
Yes, sir.
ngayon, at what time did you send this message?
Around noontime, 12, according to the record, around 12:15, 12:30.
You were in Zamboanga at that
Yes,
time
sir.
with the President.
Yes, sir.
Sino ba yung them? Please have them sit and ikwento nila sa isang professional debriefing. Sino ba yung mga yung them na yon?
Ang pagkaunawa ko, sir, is patapos na ho yung enkwentro eh. Iba-iba ho ang storya na dumadating o pumapasok. Hindi malinaw ang story. We were not getting a clear picture.
But you know that there was an encounter.
That is correct, sir. In fact, prior to that, around this is 11:50, around 30 minutes before I sent this, I received from OIC Espina the following progress report. Member of Jema Islamia neutralized in Mamasapano, Maguindanao. This is, tapos naka-parenthesis. I'm reading it verbatim.
Yeah.
Text message from ROC Pro-Arm received 11:19 a.m. Okay, January 25. On or about 5:10, January 25, SAF troopers encountered lawless armed group while conducting law enforcement operation in Barangay Tucanalipaw, Mamasapano, Maguindanao. Pro-Arm immediately coordinated with 45th IB, Philippine Army, PA, and Mamasapano MPS, Municipal Police Station, as of 9:15. Policemen of 1 MP, PPSC Maguindanao, PPO led by Police Superintendent Bongkayaw, DPDO are conducting monitoring and providing route security in the area. Policemen of 2nd MP, PPSC are now at Philippine PHQ, Maguindanao PPO ready for deployment. Any development will be rendered ASAO. Yan ho yung notice na natanggap ko around 11:50, which was sent around 11:19. So, based on this, parang normal. Nagkaroon ng operation, nakahanda yung Pro-Arm, immediately coordinated with 45th IB. Walang nakasulat dito na natotrouble yung tropa. Kaya, ang sagot ko kay OIC Espina is, alamin natin talaga kung ano nangyayari. Kasi yung nasabi kong fog of war, kung minsan magulong-magulo, di ba? Putukan, ganun. Yung fog of war effect, yung mga detalye, yung mga specifics, nakakalimutan or nagkakamali yung oras, etc. So, kaya ko sinabi, linawin kung ano talaga ang storya. Kaya gusto ko rin na ikwento nila nung mga naengkwentro sa isang professional na debriefer or investigator para malaman talaga what is the situation. Nandun pa on the field yung mga tao. Kasi ang impression dito is walang nakasabi dito that they are still out in the field. So that is why I asked OIC Espina to give us a story. What is the story? What is the reality on the ground? Because nga, we were not getting any clear information of what's the situation.
What time did you leave Manila with the President that day?
Around
8:30?
8:30.
Yes, 8:30. How long is the flight to Zamboanga?
About 1 hour and a half, 1 hour 20.
1 hour and a half or
1 hour 20, 1 hour and a half. Thereabouts.
what plane were you using?
It was the President's plane. We just rode his plane. I don't know exactly what plane that was.
Jet plane?
Jet plane.
jet planes. When you were in the air, did you already learn that Marwan was killed?
There was no discussion while...
Yeah, no, I'm asking you if you learned already.
Yes, sir.
And the president already knew that Marwan was killed.
Yes, sir. In fact, I sent him a text at 8 o'clock in the morning, before departure,
Who is him?
the president.
He was not with you?
No, we were not yet together.
You sent him a text early in the morning before you took the flight.
Yes, sir. At
And,
about...
when you were in the air, you did not discuss the Marwan project at all?
There was no discussion, sir.
He did not, the president never mentioned that about the text that you sent him?
No, he thanked me. He replied in the text, "Thank you," and that was the end of that. The text was the... I received the text from the director of intelligence of the PNP at about 7:45, 7:43, and I forwarded this to the president as follows: "Sir, just received this. I'm getting more details." And what I received was 4 OIC PNP from DSAF. Update re-operations against HVTs based on the report of the ME, main effort. JI at Marwan was neutralized, but the body was left behind due to heavy volume of fire and one wounded SAF trooper. The containment blocking force was engaged 2 kilometers east of Tucalanipao, GC 6800665717. There was heavy firefight and SAF troops suffered casualties. Extraction is ongoing and support from the AFP was requested. The reply was, "Thank you." So this was at 8 o'clock in the morning before we met each other at 8:30 to take the plane.
And then you also sent a message at 10:23:49 in the morning. And you said, from SILG, you sent this to Okay, noted. Since Marwan body reportedly left behind, is there any video or photo or DNA or personal effects retrieved to verify his death? You sent this to General Espina. Did you receive this, General Espina?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is at 10:23:49. You were already in Zamboanga when you sent this?
We had just landed,
Yes.
and
then,
the cell signal returned.
And then at 10:27 in the morning, you were already in Zamboanga, no? AM. That same day, General Espina passed on to DSAF another text message from you, which reads verbatim from SILG. Yes, Pinoy, getting other reports that are conflicting with each other. So you are talking to President Aquino about this incident because you would not have known that he is getting conflicting reports if you were not talking to him. And as a consequence, you sent this message to General Espina of the police. For example, 160 daw, SAF, 20 daw hostiles. So why did they retreat? You know that they were retreating. Ang ratio ay 8-1.
Yes, sir. This was a question that was asked to me when when I told the president about this information that I was receiving. He asked me, find out more because halimbawa, sabi niya 160 ang SAF, 20 ang hostiles, so why did they retreat? Yan ang tanong ng presidente. Since I did not know about the operation, I asked OIC Espina.
If you know, from whom was he getting all these conflicting reports? From Purisima?
I do not know. He
From Westmincom? From private sources? Where?
I do not know. At that time, I did not know. He just asked me, oo nga, iba-iba ang kwento. Alamin mo nga kung nangyari. Halimbawa, 160 sila. I can only surmise now, after the fact, because everybody has submitted their cell phone records, that this precise question is a question he asked former Director General Purisima in his text to him. If you asked Director General Purisima the same question. If I remember correctly, 160 SAF troopers were directly involved, etc., etc. Why could they not contain or overwhelm the 15 to 20 member opposing force, etc.? So this was a previous conversation that the President had with former DG Purisima.
At 10:34 a.m., January 25, 2015, PDG Espina passed on to you, Mr. Secretary, DSAP, or rather, passed on to DSAP a text message from you, which reads, from SILG, good, you said, and something to compare it to, so we can verify. What is the meaning of this text?
Because he had replied earlier, affirmative, sir, pictures including DNA samples were obtained.
Yeah.
So it was in reference to a different question about how sure are you? Because the earlier text was simply reportedly J.I. Marwan was neutralized. So I asked, quote, reportedly, alias Marwan, a J.I. member, was neutralized during the encounter, but his body was left behind. So that was the report. Parang allegedly, ito yung nangyari. So tinanong ko, is there any proof of this? So ang sagot naman niya is, affirmative, sir, pictures including DNA. So ang sinagot ko is, good, something to compare it with so we can verify.
In all these exchanges of text messages, Mr. Secretary, did you at any time inquire from the command system of the police organization under you about the condition of the SAF troopers that were involved in that incident? Did you inquire how are our troops? Are they okay?
I will go through the record. I know that at some point I asked about the situation. Mr. Senate, Your Honor, I did not even know that there was an operation in place.
Yeah, I know
So that
you were compartmented.
yeah, so we did not know how many troops. In fact, the first record that we got was simply that there was a law enforcement operation. It seemed like a normal law enforcement operation, and extraction is ongoing and support from AFP was requested. Likewise, that was the tenor of the reports that we were getting. That's why subsequently I asked the OIC, get the real story. What is happening ba talaga?
Yeah. It is unusual that the flow of information at that moment to the highest authority in the land seems to be very scanty. No? It's unusual because I know how the military and the police operate. Both organizations were under me for a long, long time. Maybe you have changed the rules or the norms, but that is what I noticed. Now, I'm also surprised that there is no one in the police that informed you of the full picture going on. There is none in the military organization that was informing the Secretary of National Defense about the ongoing operation in its totality. I do not question your capabilities, but I'm just raising these questions from my own experience, no? So let that be decided at some time.
Sec Bolts and I, in the course of the morning, would be looking at each other, and since neither of us knew that such an operation was ongoing, it was difficult to put the pieces of the puzzle together to figure out what it was. That's why halos the entire morning or the entire day, it was really just, ano ba talaga nangyayari?
Did you not wonder as cabinet members and in charge of security of the country, one for external security, the other one for internal security, that you were blinded at that moment? You did not know what was going on.
Sir, we did not know that we were blind at that moment because we did not know that something was in fact happening.
Correct, correct. You were compartmented by your own president, and he alone had the full knowledge of the operation, of the plan, the operation, and the details of the operation, along with suspended PDG Purisima, and of course, the people that they assigned to do the mission for this dangerous mission, headed by General Napeñas.
Sir,
That is the picture that I have found.
Sir, with respect,
Yes.
that is your conclusion. I subsequently asked the President, and he told me that he thought that we knew because he had given instructions to coordinate with the AFP and he thought that the normal processes would be followed.
But why did he not exercise his disciplinary function? Anyway, let it be some other organization or agencies of government in the future to look at this. But I'm just clarifying these things for the people to know. No? Now, did those people that you said ikwento yung what ang tunay na istorya, did they go through with the debriefing?
It turns out that they could not go through because they were in the middle of the firefight. So eventually, the real story came out after we formed the board of inquiry, and in an orderly manner, they went and investigated every aspect of the operation. But on that day, we never got the full picture until late in the afternoon. DIPO, Director for Integrated Police Operation in King, showed me a text from CCCH Galvez indicating that the death toll of more than 25. So this was late in the afternoon. At this point, I immediately cornered SND Gasmin and showed him the text, and we then went up to the hospital to show the text to the President.
Now, thank you for that. General Napeñas, at 1:22:54 p.m., that same Sunday, Deputy Staff sent a text message to you which reads verbatim, Sir, good PM. Reportedly, mga BIF na umaatake sa SAF. The SAF, no? The SAF was the one who sent this text message. I'm correcting myself. The SAF sent a text message to the DSAF, which reads verbatim, Sir, good PM, reportedly, mga BIFF na ang umaatake sa SAF and AFP troops. Kaya di sila tumitigil, sir. Baka pwede na. Artillery kasi ito lang ang maka-is sa atake nila, sir. Did you send that text message, General Napeñas?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And who is DDSAF?
DDSAP, that's the Deputy Director Special Action Force, Your Honor.
Who
And
is-
DSAP is Director Special Action Force. That's me.
Who is DSAF at that DDSAF at that time?
I am, Your Honor. DDSAF, that's the Deputy Director Special Action Force, Your Honor. DSAF, that's the Director Special Action Force.
Who was
And the DDSAF is Police Chief Superintendent Noli Talino, Your Honor.
General Talino? When you received this text message, what did you do?
Your Honor, I could not remember the text message that was sent to me by...
Ito po ang text
Director.
message ni General Purisima sa iyo. Sir, good PM, reportedly mga BIFF na ang umaatake sa SAF and AFP troops. Kaya di sila tumitigil. Sir, baka pwede na artillery kasi ito lang makais sa atake nila, sir. Yun ang message sa iyo ni General Napeñas. Nung natanggap mo ito, anong ginawa mo? Did you contact the corresponding authorities who can deliver the artillery?
Sir, actually, sir, honestly, sir, hindi ko matandaan, sir, kung na-receive ko yung text na yan.
Okay.
Mukhang baliktad, sir, yung information doon.
At 2:27 p.m., January 25, 2015, DSAF sent a text situation report to PDDG Espina, which reads verbatim, for OIC, PNP from DSAF update, re-operation against HBTs based on the report of main element J1, Akamar 1 was neutralized but the body was left behind. Well, this is already taken up anyway. So, at 2:03:59, January 25, 2015, DSAF sent a text message to Superintendent Fernando Mendez, whom I identified as Jojo Mendez. And the text message reads, na-trap ang mga tao natin, mahirap sitwasyon now. Superintendent Mendez, did you receive this text?
Madam Chair, Your Honor, yes, sir.
And what did you do when you learned that na-trap na yung mga tropa ninyo? Did you communicate with the armed forces to ask for support?
Your Honor, it's not in my capacity to do that. I think I was just being informed by General Napeñas about the situation, Your Honor.
General Peñas, why did you inform Jojo Mendez about that situation?
Let me check the text messages, Your Honor.
Yeah.
203. Your Honor, at 1:58, because the text message that you were referring, that's 2:02. At 1:58 in the afternoon, I received a text message from Police Senior Superintendent Mendez. Good afternoon, sir. Kumusta mga tropa natin, sir? Nagtatanong si NSA. Kaya po sinagot ko yun at 2:02. Sagot ko sa kanya, ito. From DSAP to Jojo Mendez, na-trap mga tao natin, mahirap situation now. Kaya yun, sir, sinagot ko po, sir, yung text niya na nagtatanong.
Nagtatanong ba si NSA? Anong tinatanong ni National Security Advisor from you to you?
Your Honor, the National Security Advisor was asking the update, sir, on the ground, and that's the reason why I sent a text message to General Napeñas, and his reply, I think, I forwarded to the NSA, sir.
Did you inform the National Security Advisor of the President that na-trap ang tropa natin?
Your Honor, I have no direct contact with the President. I just
No, the
answered the
National Security
Yes, sir. I as far as I can recall, I forwarded the reply of the Director SAP to the National Security Advisor.
Did you get that
No, no.
information, General Garcia?
Your Honor, I did not get that information. But at that time, at that day, when rumors were flying fast about the capture of Marwan or the neutralization of Marwan, we were naturally interested about what's happening out there in Mindanao. So we were asking questions.
You
from-
did not receive any information about the condition of the troops sent to do the mission?
None, sir. No information.
Okay. Everybody's worried at this point. At 3:58:23, January 25, 2015, Charles Kalima, PDIR, sent a text message to DSAF, which reads verbatim, "Kabayan, we are worried about our operating elements. Anything we can do to help, magsabi ka lang. I hope this text message is not exaggerated. Receive this unvalidated info from Maguindanao. For your information po, confirm. Dalawa, tumawag yung CA natin. I suppose this is a covert agent. Sa loob, 22 Kia, pinagtatanggalan ng gamit, sir. May 8 pa na hinahabol ni Commander Emergency sa ilog. Sa ilog napunta ang 8 tropa. May pinugutan ang BIFF, 2 SAF, sir. Yung 8 nasa Sitio Inibog, malapit sa Polange. Bok, naubusan ng bala yung tropa, sir. Natanggap po ba itong text na ito, General Napeñas, from Charles Kalima?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Who is Charles Kalima?
He was then the Director of Intelligence of the Philippine National Police Headquarters, Your Honor.
And was what he conveyed to you turned out to be true?
I have no way to validate the text message of General Kalima, but then we constantly communicate with the troops in the ground kung ilan na, sir, yung casualty, na sinabi ko kanina po, Your Honor, hindi nga maibigay sa amin yung actual na kung ilan yung patay at ilan yung casualty kasi yung team leader na mismo, hindi rin niya masabi sa amin dahil nagkahiwa-hiwalay po sila, Your Honor.
Now, forgive me for saying this, but my observation when reading all these text messages, it seems to me that the entire organization of the Philippine National Police was concerned about the safety of the units that were sent on a dangerous mission. But there has never been any occasion among all the texts of the senior members of the cabinet to define out the condition of the troops in the field. That is just my personal observation. At 6:37 p.m., January 25, 2015, DSAF sent a message to SILG Rojas, which reads verbatim, Sir, good PM, the original strength we prepared for the operation was 552. Then we increased the strength to 382 based on the guidance to increase forces to be utilized. The target, Marwan confirmed dead by Police Superintendent Ryan and got pictures and DNA sample on the extraction. Lawless elements engaged on the extraction. Lawless elements engaged the SAF troops. Did you receive this message, Mr. Secretary?
Yes, sir. This is the first communication I received from Director Napeñas. And shortly thereafter, I replied, Hi, Leo, this is Mar. Got your message.
Yeah.
Tanong, per your text, of the 382 total force, roughly 70 are either dead or being pursued and still in the field. What happened to the balance of 310 or so? Kasi 380 mahigit yung sinasabi niyang tropa that was out there, but they were only able sort of accounting for about 70. So, tinatanong ko kung ano yung nangyari dun sa balance.
At 6:43:53 p.m., the same day, after only a little over 5 minutes, this have sent another text message to SILG Rojas, which reads verbatim, at the moment, 32 blocking force were reported dead by the CCH out of 36 engaged by the enemies, and the 4 are yet to be accounted. The main effort, numbering 36, were pursued by the enemies, and 3 were reported dead by the team leader. This second group is yet to extricate from the area, sir. Did you receive this report?
I do not have that in my record. What I have received is from the next message I got from General Napeñas is, Sir, the remaining troops were sent to rescue the persons being pursued by the enemies, together with the Army. Army 7 rest were on a buffer zone to prevent the extraction, position, and exfil route.
Yeah.
I received that at about 7:02 or 700.20 or thereabouts. That's what my records have.
You receive it after you sent this message at 6:51:34 p.m. January 25 that you already read.
That's correct. Asking what happened to the people.
Yeah. Hi, Leo. This is Mar. Got your message. Tanong, per your text, of the 382 total forces, roughly 70 are either dead, 32, or being pursued and still in the field, 36. What happened to the balance of the 310 or so?
That is correct, because clearly this is very, very large number of people who were out, either casualties or still being pursued. And so we were wondering what happened to the other 300. Are they able to help or protect the remainder of the people?
Senator Enrile, we respect that you're establishing also and verifying all of these conversations. If you can wrap up with perhaps matters of new concern that we haven't taken up during the last hearing. We have to wrap up our session, sir.
I just finished this text because it portrays to me the condition of the operation and the actions or non-actions taken by people who should have taken, who should have made decisions.
We agree, sir, and I think we've also established that during our past hearings.
All right. Now I will ask the last question so that there will be no, I will finish this. General Espina, you sent a text to General Napeñas at 6:12:04 a.m. January 26, 2015. And that text message reads, I with Code 1, SILG and SND will be in Maguindanao this a.m. Prepare to brief us, SITREP, what happened in operations, use tactical map. Do you remember this text?
Honestly, sir, I do not remember, but I think I sent it.
Yeah. And you were in the palace at 6:12:04. Why did you go to the palace at that time?
May I please know the date, sir?
Uh,
May I please know the date, sir?
this is 26, the following morning after Sunday.
25 is Sunday. Punta ho kami, sir, sa Cotabato noon, hindi sa Palace. I was with Secretary Rojas, Secretary Gasmin. We flew over to Cotabato for the briefing, precisely to know what happened. Your Honor.
Tinatanong ko lang because ang text mo, I with Code 1, SILG and SNG will be in Maguindanao. Akala ko si Mama sa inyo si Presidente.
Hindi po, sir.
Oh. Inutusan ba kayo niya na alamin kung anong nangyari?
Ako ho ay tinawagan or nag-contact ko sa akin, sir, si SILG to go with him to Cotabato the next day, first flight, with him on a private plane.
Bakit kayo dumaan sa Presidente?
Hindi po.
We did not, sir.
Sabi mo, I with Code 1. Si Code 1, alam ko ito, Presidente.
I do not remember that.
Who is Code 1? Hindi ba si
President, the President,
yan?
sir.
Lahat ng militar dito, alam ninyo kung sino si Code 1.
Yes, sir, the President.
Okay. That's all, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, just to clarify, that evening at about 10 o'clock, 10 p.m., magkasama kami ni Secretary Gasmin, and we're still not getting a clear picture, so we decided to fly to Cotabato to get a first-hand briefing. So I asked OIC Espina to come along. It was at that time that he also directed Director Magalong and several other officers to also go so that the debriefing could begin.
Yes, Madam Chair, may we now move to terminate the hearing
Yes,
so that we can call the session of the Senate to order.
Yes, Senate President, before we end, we would like to express our appreciation for all our resource persons who appeared today. A number of them are retired from the service. Marami pong salamat. Salamat din sa mga pamilya ng SAF 44 na mga naririto. Ito po yung mga highlights. Most of the points raised are in the committee report of the Philippine Senate already and can be found in the transcripts of previous hearings and executive sessions. But today's hearing focused on almost chronological and clinical timeline on the MAMASAPANO incident. Also, new info, while discussed before, Safna Peñas claimed that the U.S. was assisting in the operation for real time and on target, and that the MAMASAPANO operation is not simply a police operation, but a counter-terrorism effort and a SAF mandate. We've been reminded that in the MAMASAPANO operation, the following officials are not in the loop or have no knowledge until the event happened and through SMS text. General Katapang, Espina, Guerrero, and Gazmin. And in his point also, it was established that the President did not, in the interpellation of Senate President Rilon, it was established that the President has been misinformed of the gravity of the situation in MAMASAPANO and communications sent lacking in details, and that nobody was ordered to stand down from sending reinforcements. We also received feedback from General Marquez. General Marquez stressed that there were certain things that could have been done so that it would have been a more successful operation. For example, a solid contingency plan, strategic planning, full scale, which includes logistics, etc. This was, of course, disputed by Safna Peñas. We also received the latest recap of benefits for the families of the SAF 44, an update at the current year-to-date that they've actually received. So, sa lahat po, sinikap natin, binigyan natin ng pagkakataon si Senator Enrile na malinawan ang mga nangyari nung January 25, 2015. Sa tingin ko, nabigyan natin siya ng sapat na panahon para tanungin ang mga gusto niyang itanong. Tayo naman, nakapagtanong din, pero sa tingin ko, wala namang naiibang maaaring magpabago pa sa committee report natin sa puntong ito. Muli, maraming salamat, and this meeting is adjourned.